What gave you the greatest pleasure, Noel, out of your achievement, the Super Bowl or Waterloo?
I don't think I could choose between the two, really. I mean, the Super Bowl was, in a way, similar to the Waterloo. You got such a big crowd. I think there were probably about 1,100 just around this portable rink in the studios at Stage 1 at Granada. And they were so close to you, you could virtually hear people breathing. Absolutely electric atmosphere. I mean, all credit to Paul Doherty, for the producer from Granada. I mean, he really had that organised well. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And all the commentary team, everything to do with it, it was absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to adhere to before, that it really needs people to come up with some new innovations similar to the Super Bowl. It's a shame it didn't carry on that.
It is, yeah.
It ran for 5 years, I think, which was the extent of Liverpool Victoria Insurance. That was the extent of their sponsorship. Yeah. And unfortunately, Paul Doherty couldn't get another person to put the amount of money up that was required.
We just hope that things like that come back again, don't we, Noel?
Well, hopefully. I mean, it was absolutely superb competition. I still get people today mentioning it to me. They said, "Oh, I was in the crowd that day you won the Super Bowl." So, I mean, the whole competition gave a lot of pleasure to a lot of people, not just the players, but the people that were there watching, and millions that used to watch it on the television as well.
Yeah. Just to let you know, this is Talking Bowls Radio. This is Mel Evans. I'm speaking to Noel Burrows. Going back to the Crown Green now, Noel. Now you've been round the block a bit with these counties, haven't you? Now I can. Is it?
I mean, I was brought up in Manchester, and that was part of Lancashire. Then in 1980, I think it was with the advent of Merseyside and Cumbria sort of breaking away, we organised ourselves and started the Greater Manchester Association. And I probably still would have been with them if I'd not moved to take a pub over in Derbyshire.
And then you played for those as well?
Yeah, well, Patini from Burbage in Buxton soon heard on the grapevine that I was now in Derbyshire, and it was round Hotfoot to my pub and got me to sign up for his team in Burbage, and obviously I got asked to play for Derbyshire then, so there we go.
So we've gone from Lancashire to Greater Manchester to Derbyshire for Cheshire. Not missed anything out, have I, Noel?
No, I'm living in Cheshire now,
okay. So... What's the chances of playing for Staffordshire, Noel? I mean, the beer's good down here, you know, the Banks is bitter. I mean, can we tempt you? Or
well, I could do a deal with you. If you buy me a house down there, then we've cracked it.
Oh, I'm thinking of buying you a pint, actually. I suppose, so your debut then for the county was for Lancashire. I mean, obviously in those days, Lancashire were really, as you said earlier, that they won things almost every year, didn't they? I mean, does it disappoint you to see Lancashire now sort of struggling to make an impact? They've been split into 5 counties, haven't they?
Well, yeah, that is a shame. But having said that, it is actually giving more people a chance to play county bowls.
Yes.
I think when I first started, it just used to be 2 sections. I think there were only 10 counties then.
That's right, there was, yes.
So I mean, there's 15 counties now, I think, is it?
Yes, yeah. That's right. As you say, it does give extra people an opportunity of playing. I mean,
well, it does, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, when Greater Manchester was formed, you was heavily involved. Wasn't you the first president of Greater Manchester?
Yeah, I was president for probably about 4 or 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But I had a really very, very good secretary, stroke treasurer in Eric Rhodes. He was a tremendous organiser, absolutely one of the best. And I would say that you're not far behind him with your organising abilities as well, but he was really very, very good. And he had the utmost respect
That was the guy in the green bowler hat, wasn't it?
That's the one, yes.
That's
He
the
used to actually do some of the officiating at televised bowls competitions as the referee on the green.
Yeah.
But he was a character.
Yes, he was.
You know, he came across well on the television.
Yeah. Anyway, Noel, we'll have to start winding down a little bit now. What advice would you give to anyone sort of taking up the game, Noel, if anybody wanted to be the next Noel Burrows?
Well, funnily enough, I was talking to somebody just over the weekend, and he asked me the very same question. And do what I did, is play with people that are better than yourself. Don't just play with people that you think you can beat all the time, because you won't necessarily learn anything. So try and play with better players. Play in the best leagues you possibly can, and enter competitions and slowly build your way up to some of the bigger ones. But one thing I do notice about some people that maybe haven't played the game very much is they're not very balanced when they send the balls. That is one of the most important things I tell people, is to make sure you're totally balanced, because if you're off balance when you send the ball, it's going to go anywhere. So those are my two tips. Okay,
we'll bear that in mind. Anyway, Noel, it's been great speaking to you, and you know, what you've achieved in the two codes really is second to none. And on behalf of everyone at Talking Bowls Radio, I wish you all the best for the future. And I'll speak to you in 30 years' time when you win the Waterloo again.
Thank you very much, Noel. I've enjoyed this evening.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Good
Thanks,
night, Noel. Good night, Noel.
It's a pleasure.
Good night, Noel.
Bye.
So there we are, folks. It was one and only Noel Burrows. This is Talking Bowls Radio, sponsored by Thurston and Osprey Irrigation. The time's now 20 to 10.